Good morning, friends, and welcome to Wild Heart Yoga Holistic Healing for your morning yin yoga practice to help ease stiffness out of our backs and help us be prepared and ready for whatever we have before us today. Let's begin in a gentle child's pose at the back of the mat. Big toes together, maybe knees slightly spread apart, and begin to walk the hands forward as you allow the chest and forehead to melt towards the mat. Thinking about trying to keep those glutes in contact with the heels. But if this is hard on the knees, you can also place a pillow between the calves and the back of the thighs. You also have the option of placing a pillow or block under the forehead if it's having trouble reaching to the mat right now. Take an inhale into the low belly space or dantian. As you exhale, walk those fingertips a little bit further forward. Just feeling this nice, gentle stretch on the low back through the shoulders. We have about 1 minute left here, and then we're going to take it to the sides. So for this class, I will leave you a little extra silence to really enjoy the solitude of this stillness. So continue to stay connected with that breath, bringing your mindfulness into this practice this morning. When you're ready, go ahead and gently begin walking the fingertips toward the left, just going as far as feels right for you today. Feeling how this deepens through that right shoulder and the side body, maybe even into the hip. Drawing that breath into those areas of stiffness. With each exhale, imagining it melt away. We're just going to hold 1 minute on each side. On your next exhale, gently begin walking the hands back to the center. And then when you're ready, over to the right side. Reaching through those arms and the fingertips. Drawing that breath into the side body and the hip. And as you're here, simply notice if this side feels any different than the other side did. Taking note of these imbalances in your body. Let's take one more breath into the dantian here. Let it go fully and slowly, all the air leaving the lungs. And when you're ready, walk the hands back to the center, and then round through the spine, then allowing the hips to drop down as we find our way into our Sphinx Pose. Elbows beneath the shoulders, fingertips spread wide, lifting that chest up, extending through the spine here. Take an inhale in the Dantian, reaching the neck tall. As you exhale, allow the shoulders to drop down away from the ears, relaxing everything in the body that doesn't need to be engaged right now. The glutes, the thighs, feet and ankles. And here you have the option of keeping the head up or allowing it to hang and be heavy, feeling a deepened stretch through the neck and the upper back. We're going to stay in this Sphinx pose for a total of 4 minutes in order to really allow that back to begin releasing the fascia, breaking loose some of that newer fascia that formed overnight while we were sleeping. The fascia is very slow to release. It takes 3 minutes to begin releasing. So this is why our YIN practice is so beneficial, especially in the morning. We have 2 minutes left in this pose. If your fascia has begun to release and you want to go a little deeper, we have a couple of variations we can take. The first is to bring the heels up towards the glutes. This will take it a little deeper into the low back. Or you can also extend through the arms, taking our seal variation instead. And if you're going in the seal, you can walk the hands away from the body to make it a little easier, or closer toward the hips to take it up a notch, taking you into an even deeper back bend. Whichever variation you are in, once again scan through the body, noticing any areas holding on to tension. And with your next exhale, let that go. Everything heavy and loose here, surrendered to the mat, into this pose. Wonderful job. In your own time, gently allow the chest to melt back down toward the mat. And flip over onto your back for a short rebound. Gently tucking the shoulders down and back, palms facing up toward the sky. And feel the echo of the pose, the changes in sensation in the body. Increase of flow of energy through the back. These rebounds just offer an opportunity for the fascia to come back slowly before we move in the opposite direction. In your own time, gently turn onto your left side and meet me seated at the back of your mat for our next pose. We're going to take our caterpillar next, or seated forward fold. So let's begin with the legs together extended ahead of us. Take an inhale, making sure your back is straight, especially that low back. As you exhale, begin to fold forward from the hips, maintaining that flat back, bending as far as you can. And take an inhale, lengthening through the spine once more. As you exhale, allow the head and chest to melt forward, forehead reaching toward the knees. Now, if you have trouble sitting with a tall spine in the low back and your hips kind of shift backwards, then you may want to try sitting on the edge of a pillow or cushion, something to give you just a little bit of a pelvic tilt to help you more naturally be able to lean forward into this, so that the bending is happening more from the hips and not from the lumbar spine. If you have any low back pain with this, then just bend as far as you can with that flat back. Or try keeping a slight bend in the knees, maybe placing the hands under the knees to give a little extra support. Just be sure to listen to your body, give it whatever it's asking for this morning, not forcing anything. Just being where you are. Where you are is exactly where you need to be. We have 1.5 minutes left in this pose, so once more I will leave you here. On your next exhale, gently begin to roll the spine up one vertebrae at a time. And slowly make your way sideways on the center of your mat for our next pose. We are now going to take our dragonfly. So extend the legs out to the sides, as wide as you comfortably can, where the knees and feet stay pointed up and not rolling forward. Inhale as you lengthen through the spine, once again sitting on a pillow if you need that extra tilt of the hips. As you exhale, begin to bend from the hips forward with that straight back. And take another inhale, lengthening again. With your exhale, allow the forehead and chest to surrender forward, maybe resting onto a pillow or bolster, maybe resting on the elbows, or perhaps your chest or forehead coming all the way down to the mat. Relax the feet and the ankles. Once again, releasing everything that you can, giving that fascia the opportunity to release. Using that deep inhale and full exhale to take you even deeper. As we're here, if you notice the body beginning to release, see if you can find a new edge by thinking about lifting that chest up and out and then down, going a little deeper into the pose. We have about 2 minutes left here. Go inward, stay connected to the breath, and listen to the wisdom of the body. Great job. When you are ready, slowly begin to make your way onto your back again. Finding a nice neutral position with the spine. If you have any pain or discomfort in the low back, think about just pulling that core in so that the low back is flattening against the mat, not arching up. Take just a few moments here to feel the echo of the pose again, allowing the body to neutralize. Then when you're ready, go ahead and leave the left leg extended on the mat. Bring the right knee up toward the chest, hugging it for just a moment. Take an inhale. As you exhale, use your left hand to help bring your right knee across the body, looking over your right shoulder, taking a gentle spinal twist. Be sure that both shoulders are staying in contact with the mat here. You don't want them to be lifting up. And if you can't get that knee all the way down touching the mat, that's totally fine. Just take it over as far as you can. Breathe into that spinal cord, drawing that fresh oxygen in through the vertebrae, feeling the gentle decompression, the stimulation of the digestive organs. We are staying for 3 minutes on each side in this twist. 1 minute left on this side. If the mind has begun to wander, gently usher your awareness back to the breath and back to the body. On your next exhale, gently come back to a neutral position, releasing the right leg. As you inhale, bring the left knee to your chest now, hugging it for just a moment. And on your next exhale, use your right hand to help draw your left knee across the body now. Left arm cactus to your side, looking over your left shoulder. Inhale, again drawing the breath into the spinal cord. And exhale, surrendering here, letting go. Inhale, relaxation, peace into every cell of the body. As you exhale, let go of anything you no longer need. Maybe taking that twist just a little bit deeper. Just 1 more minute here. Let's draw in 1 more breath into the dantian. Exhale fully, letting all of the air go. And then when you're ready, release the right leg, finding your way into our Savasana. Maybe gently lifting the hips and rolling the spine down 1 vertebrae at a time to make sure that the spine is back in a neutral position. Palms facing up toward the sky. Just follow the natural rhythm of the breath, noticing each rise and each fall. Scan through the body, noticing the effects that this practice has had on it. And enjoy just a few more minutes here of this solitude and stillness before moving on with our day. I'd invite you to stay in your Savasana even longer if you have time today. But if you're ready to finish with me, then on your next exhale, gently turn onto your right side and meet me seated at the center of the mat for a couple closing breaths together. Let's inhale as we reach the arms overhead, stretching tall, waking the body back up. And to exhale, hands into prayer at heart center. One more time, inhale, reaching up. And exhale, hands to prayer, as you just bow down and thank yourself for taking the time to honor your mind and body in this way today. Thank you so much for choosing to start your day with me. I hope this class has your back feeling looser and ready to tackle the day before you. If you enjoyed this video, please do me a huge favor and be sure to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to stay up to date with all of my latest classes. Thanks again, my friends. I will see you soon. Namaste.